Hi there, this is Sam of Core Yoga, and today I'm going to take you through our Core Fix, which is a strength workout for runners. Today's focus is really going to be all about kind of building some strength and some muscles around the core, and then we'll do a little bit of mobilization for the legs, we'll build into some stability sequences, and then we'll finish with a little bit of plyometrics so that you're ready to go run if you're using this as a pre-run warm-up. So it can be used as a standalone session, it can be used as a session that you use to fire up the specific muscles that we need when we go running so that you're ready to run straight away after this. So we're going to come down, come standing up to begin with. You just need a bit of floor space, about the size of a yoga mat. And we're going to start with a little bit of mobilization, tuning into the core muscles of the front and the back. So feet are hip distance apart. Just roll the shoulders up to the ears, take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, allow those shoulder blades to drop down the back. Take a big inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, suck the navel to the spine, Pilates style roll down. So just mobilizing the spine to begin with, allowing the head to hang heavy. And when you get to the bottom, take a moment, take a whole breath. Allow the body to slowly soften a little bit deeper here. And then on your next out breath, push the floor away from you with your feet as you roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, imagining you've got a soft ball between your knees that you're squeezing with those inner thighs, and then draw the shoulders up to the ears and back and down. So a couple more like that. Take a breath in, exhale, tuck the chin, slowly roll yourself down, allow the head to hang heavy, keep the back of the knees soft. Take a breath in at the bottom and then exhale, roll yourself all the way up. So you're just getting in to this spine, allowing it some movement, lengthening the back of the body. Nice. So we just take 3 Pilates style roll downs like this, and then we add to it. So you're slowly rolling yourself up. From here, shoulders up to the ears and back and down. And then building on that. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll yourself all the way down to the floor. Inhale, walk your hands out and find a plank position. We're not here long. Exhale, lift the hips, walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, roll yourself all the way up. So we'll take 2 more like that, inhaling at the top. Exhaling, tuck the chin, roll yourself down, suck navel to spine. Inhale, walk your hands out and find a plank. Exhale, lift the hips, walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale here, and then exhale, roll yourself up. Shoulders up to the ears, inhale, exhale, let them back and down. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, I need 1 more round. Inhale, walk out and find your plank. And then exhale, lift the hips, walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Inhale at the top. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll yourself down. So we're going back, inhale to plank. And then we're holding it here. So just setting up your plank, push the floor away from you with your hands, push back in your heels. Feel the lower ribs and suck them in towards the spine. Feel the belly and suck that in towards the spine. Feel activation through the quads and the inner thighs. And then exhale, lower knees, thighs and belly come down to the floor. So from here, I'm just going to shimmy onto this mat so you get a better view. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and your hands out in front of you. Tops of the feet are on the floor. So this is Sphinx pose. We're going to come from here into a low plank, but we're not moving quickly. So the aim is that we move pretty much vertebrae by vertebrae. We come from this back bend slowly into a plank on our knees, so we're not tucking under the toes today. As you exhale, tuck the chin, separate the shoulders, lift the chest. Then lift the ribs, then the hips, then the knees. When you get to the top, squeeze the bum a little bit. So you're not allowing the bum to lift up. You're keeping all of that front belly working super hard for you here. And then as you exhale your next breath, slowly back down to where you came from. You inhale, draw the elbows towards the waist to get space in the front body. And then exhale, push the floor away from you and come back to that low plank. Be really mindful that you're using these core muscles, these front belly muscles right here. If you're hanging out in the pose, likely they're not going to be working. And then exhale, lower all the way down. So inhale into Sphinx. Exhale, push the floor away from you. Last one, hold it here. Feel that sense of control from shoulders, belly, hips, inner thighs, and then exhale, lower it all the way back down. Inhale, open up for Sphinx, and then exhale, bring your elbows out to the side, bring your forehead down on your hands like a pillow underneath your forehead. And then squeeze the right butt cheek to lift the right leg. Keep the right leg straight. So we're just accessing a little bit into hamstrings and glutes. Now notice, if you lift this leg too high, you'll feel that hip bone press into the floor. So what you don't want to do is feel that intensity. So you want to lift this right leg until that hip bone just before it starts pressing down into the floor. And then hold it here, then inhale, raise your head and your chest. Exhale, reach your left hand forward. So now continue to hold it here. Now we've added across the body into the back of the shoulders. Be mindful that the pelvis doesn't move here. And then exhale, bring it all the way back to the floor. Just bend the knees and just windscreen wiper the legs just to release the tension in your right glute and right hamstring. And then come back to where you were before. So from here, we're going to do the other side. So be mindful that pelvis starts neutrally and then raise the left leg. So feel the left leg's hamstring and glutes. Feel those working to keep this leg lifted. And then lift it so high that you feel that left hip press into the floor. And then drop it lower so that you don't feel that level of pressure in that left hip. And then next in-breath, raise the head and the chest. And then exhale, reach your right arm forward. So the left hand's still on the floor, the back of the skull's lifting up. Try not to lift the chin because you want to access into the muscles right up the back of the neck as well. Hold it here, feel the burn in the thighs, and then exhale, let it go. So from here, both hands out in front of you, and we'll just go from side to side. So we'll start right leg and left hand. So we're going to inhale as we raise right leg, left hand, and we're going to exhale, come back and down. We're inhaling left leg and right hand, exhale to return. Continue like this. Inhale, feel that length in the spine, and then exhale, bring it down. The whole while, your pelvis is not moving. So what's moving are the legs and the muscles of the spine, but that pelvis is being pretty stable. So we accessed this last week and in a couple of previous weeks where we're really working on finding neutral pelvis, but pretty much last week I was talking a lot about it. So one more, this is right arm and left leg. And then exhale, come back and down. Bring your hands by your side, come to all fours first. Then tuck under your toes and lift your hips. Just take a moment in a down dog. So you just come from a back bend, so just take a moment in forward flexion. And then slowly, when you're ready, walk your hands towards your feet. Take a breath in at the bottom, and then exhale, push the floor away from you as you come all the way back to stand. So I'm now going to step back to this mat as we get into a little bit of standing work also. So we're going to walk to the front of our space. So we've got space behind us. The feet I'm going to bring together. And we're going to work into a little bit of a flow where we're coming from a chair pose, so like a squat but with narrow legs, really accessing the thighs. And then we're going to drop to the floor into seated. But have a play around with it. Just take your time and get there in a way that your body is comfortable to get there. So from here, just inhale, sit low. This is Utkatasana. This is chair pose, otherwise known as a squat. And feel this narrow leg squat. Squeeze the inner thighs. Feel how we did this, I think it was in core fix last week, where we're feeling those inner thighs and feeling that pelvis pull into neutral. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, sink the legs a little lower and reach forward. Bring the chest onto the thighs. Then lift the heels, separate the knees. Bring the bum down to the floor. Bring the knees back together and you're in a boat pose. So from here, we're just going to hold this boat pose, feeling that length in the spine, feeling those abdominals working in alignment with these hip flexors and these inner thighs. Then exhale, cross the legs, bring the hands to the floor in front of you, or find a way to step back to plank. In your plank, walk your feet back a little way. So your arms now are further ahead of your shoulders. So my yoga teacher calls this long plank, and he's big into this to really access more the muscles in the core space, in the torso. So push back in your left heel and raise your right foot. Use that same glute activation. And then exhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Hold it here. For 2, for 1, send it back. Lift the hips and take a moment in a downward facing dog. Or drop the knees to the floor and take a moment on all fours. And then come back to this super long plank. So you can see your hands ahead of your shoulders and your elbow creases facing the thumbs. And then squeeze the left butt cheek, lift the left leg. As you exhale, draw the left knee outside the body towards that left elbow. Keep lifting the belly, lifting the hips. Good. Send it back. Downward facing dog. From here, you're going to walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale a breath. And then exhale, roll yourself all the way up. So that's one phase. So we're going to build on that. Working the muscles in the front, the sides, and the back of the core today. From here, bring those knees together. Squeeze those knees and find your chair pose. So now from our chair pose, as you exhale, you're going to twist from the waist and reach your arms in 2 different directions from one end of the room to the other. And then you're going to exhale, come back to the center. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, twist to the other side. Good. Stay here for a moment. Feel those muscles of the waist twist you. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale, sink a little lower. Bring the chest to the thighs. Reach the fingertips forward. And then lift the heels, separate the knees, bring the bum to the floor. Navasana. And then from here, just like you did in that chair, twist from the waist and reach your hands in 2 different directions. Take a breath in, keep these inner thighs active. As you exhale, come back to the center. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the other side. Feel that sense of length in the spine. Allow the breath to remain even. Exhale, back to the center, cross the legs. So I'm going to bring my hands in front of me. I'm just going to step back to a plank. You can come back to plank however you like. But we're going to take our plank and make it long today. So we're going to bring those hands ahead of the shoulders.
and feel the access that we get much more, particularly in this front section of core. And then from here, I'm going to inhale, raise my right leg. Exhale, draw my right knee towards my left elbow. Lift my hips, push the floor away from me, and feel those muscles working there. And then exhale, send it back, all fours, or downward facing dog for a breath. Without letting go too much of the tension in the belly, but being mindful that this is just a small respite. So that you can come back now into this long plank and do the same with as much quality on the left as you did on the right. So raise the left leg. And then exhale, draw the left knee across the body towards the right elbow. Feel that in the body. Feel the muscles working to stabilize you. Feel the whole body. And then send it back. Lift the hips. Walk the hands back to the feet. Take a breath in at the bottom. And then exhale, roll yourself all the way up. Shoulders come up to ears and back and down. So we have one more sequence like that. Heel, toe the knees together. Inhale, sit into your chair. This time we stay here. As we exhale, we look at the floor. We reach the hands either side, the arms either side of our ears. Reach the fingertips and the butt in two different directions. Feel the inner thighs, feel the belly. And then push into the toes, lift the heels. Bring the bum down, separate the knees. Transition to Navasana. So now we're going to go to half Navasana, a half boat pose. Bring the hands together in the heart space. As you do that, draw the shoulder blades back. As we exhale, we're going to bring the body down to the floor, but the shoulders and the legs are going to stay off the floor. The back of the pelvis is going to be on the floor. As you exhale, extend away from you. This is half boat pose. I know it's actually harder than full boat pose, but that's okay. And then we're going to exhale, draw the knees in and come back to boat pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, send the legs away, come to half. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, draw the knees in. So you're integrating a work into these hip flexors that we access when we run. And you are building some strong stuff in these abs. Cross the legs, bring the hands to the floor in front of you. Last long plank, so step back all the way into your long plank. Feel that sense of control. Press into the left foot, raise the right leg. This time, right knee just comes towards the chest. Tuck the nose and draw the nose towards the knee. Feel it in the body. And then send that leg back, take a breath in. Exhale, left knee to chest. Strong muscles working hard for you. And then send that back, lift the hips. Walk the feet towards the hands. Take a breath in. I never gave you a break on that side, sorry. And then exhale. I wonder why my body was about to fall on the floor. Take a breath in again, sorry. Exhale, push the floor away from you and roll yourself all the way up to standing. So you might now feel this sense of engagement in the muscles around this space. Now we're going to add some mobility and we're going to take a really simple lunge matrix. So a lunge matrix for me, if you think about a clock, is we're going to take a lunge in every variation that we have. And we'll start with a reverse lunge and we'll finish with a forward lunge. I just need to make sure I've got enough space around me. So you need space in front, space behind, and space to the side. So don't worry if you have to move yourself around as you go through. We're going to do 3 lunges in each variation. So we're going to start with a reverse lunge and the right leg's going to step back. So I'm just stepping back to a regular reverse lunge and I'm going to do 3 of those. Good. Nice. I'm then going to take my legs wide and take 3 crossover lunges, but I'm going to this time not touch the floor. 2. Good. 3. Nice. I'm going to take 20 past 12. So feet are facing forward, right foot to 20 past 12, back to the center. So I'm getting some opening in these hips. We access that a little bit in the plank to the outside elbow, but that's about it so far today, so it's nice to do that. And then a lateral lunge to the side, nice to touch the floor there, just gives your left hip more weight to lift up and out. Good. And then forward lunge. Nice. Being mindful as you land. Good. Lovely work. Same thing, other side. So we're going to start with reverse lunge, and we're on left leg. Good. So this is mobilizing and working the muscles of the legs. Squat distance legs, crossover for 3. So we just got 3 reps today, but you can repeat this. This in itself is a really nice warm up before a run. Bring the legs together, 22, 12. Good. And you can repeat 6, 12, as many repetitions as you like. Good. And then out to the side and up. And then forward and up. Forward. Good. And release. So that's the lunge matrix. Little bit of movement and mobility. So we're going to come now into a tiny stability sequence. So we're going to think about that Utkatasana, that narrow leg squat, and we're going to be doing it on a single leg. So we're going to come from our single leg squat up to a nice lift. We've been here in plenty of sessions before. And then we're going to come forward. So this is really similar to that movement pattern that we had lying on the floor at the beginning. And then we're going to come back here. We're going to take a cross. We're going to go up. We're going back there. And then we're coming back to finish. So we've got movement and stability in all the planes of movement that our body makes when we run. So we start off, we press the left foot into the floor and raise the right leg. As you inhale, sit into your Utkatasana. Hold it here, draw the lower belly in, open through the chest. Nice, feel that in your left leg. And then push the left foot into the floor, draw the right knee up, bring your hands by your side, heel towards your bum. As you exhale, you're going to send the right heel behind you and reach the hands in front of you. Remembering that deep squat, that deep Utkatasana, arms either side of the ears, same thing. Press into the left foot, come all the way back to where you just were. Then cross right ankle over left thigh, sit back and down into this nice little glute stretch with a strong activation on the left side. So we're back to this knee raise, we're stabilizing. As we exhale, we're extending and we're reaching. So we're feeling that muscle of the glute and the hamstring that we felt lying on our belly. And we're feeling that strength in the upper body that we did in chair. And then press the left foot into the floor, raise the right knee. Bring the right foot down. So I'll do the other side facing the camera, so that if you didn't really get any of those movements, you just see another angle. So from here, we're going to press into the right leg. We're going to raise the left knee. So we're just lifting the left foot off the floor. The left leg comes in front of us as we sit into our chair. We're holding it here and we're finding that stability and that strength. Then press into the right leg, lift the left knee and draw the heel underneath your bum. Nice, so stabilizing here. And then as you exhale, extend the left leg behind you and reach your hands out in front of you. Feel that sense of stability through the whole body. As you exhale, you come all the way back to that knee lift. Right your pelvis, ankle on thigh, sit down. Feeling that strength on right side, but this deep stretch, particularly as this left side's just worked real hard. Then press into the leg, back to your knee lift, stabilize. Exhale, back to Superman. Feel that sense of control, that length, that glute and hamstring activation on your left side. Good. All the way back to the center. Balance yourself. Bring that left foot to the floor. Beautiful. So from here, we've really worked the muscles of the core. We've mobilized a little bit in our lunges and we've fired up these hip muscles. So we're just going to finish with a quick hop matrix. So a hop matrix is when I'm going to come onto a single spot and I'm going to hop on the spot, hop forwards and backwards, hop side to side, and external and internal rotation. So I'm going to start with the left because the right glute's just worked a little bit. So coming onto your left foot, nice and simple, hop on the spot, then hop forwards and backwards. Then side to side, and then external and internal. Good, nice. So we just did 5 reps of that on each side. Again, you can do as many as your body will allow. You'll find that if you're not used to hopping and you're in bare feet, that the body might tire, particularly around the feet and the ankles, until it gets used to it. But remember, running is a series of single leg hops. So hopping is one of the best plyometric exercises you can do to improve your run form. Ready? On your right leg, on the spot. Good, forwards and backwards. Good, side to side. In and out. Good, and relax. Well done. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. I hope you found it useful. Feel free to leave some comments on the comment bar or questions that you might have on the comment bar on the YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Thanks a lot.